Greetings everyone, this is Alt Lexington on the 30th of July 2018 at about 5:30 PM in the afternoon on a Monday. Here's my profile for those who want to pause and read it. It's not that interesting, just a little bit of roleplay and stuff. And I'm a member of the Meriki Command Fleet, level 45. I'm at Starfleet Space Dock for a bit of a special video this time. We've got a ship unboxing. And if anyone knows what time of year it is, then you know what ship I'll be unboxing. It was a free ship for the current event that's running on Risian. Yep, it's the Risian Summer ship. I've got it already unboxed, but I haven't done anything at all with it. I've just put it into my ship roster and that's it. So it's technically an unboxing, a first ever look at it. So we go down to the shipyard, manage ships. That's my current ship. I was messing about with a torpedo boat, but we scroll to find it because I know I put it in here somewhere last night when I finally received it. Where is it? Where is it? Did I already go past it? Because I've got so many ships in here. I must have gone past it already. It's here somewhere. That's not it. That's the previous one. I know I put it in here. Unpreparedness. I know it's in here because I have 10 ship slots left, so it must be in here. I can't remember what I called it, or if I called it anything yet. There it is. It's the Vorgon, how do you pronounce that, Dreadnought Cruiser? I'd say the Vorgon Ytijara or Ytijara. I have no idea. But yes, it's the free giveaway ship from the current Risian event. It's a Dreadnought Cruiser tier 6. And a lot of people have been very anticipating it quite a lot. I called it the USS Vacationer, if I spelt that right, because it comes from the vacation planet. I'll go ahead and ready the ship for its first ever usage. You can see the mastery's not done, nothing's been done. I haven't even taken off the default stuff, which I will do now. Now that it's ready, I can open up my character window, and there it is, and I can just pop all that default gear into my inventory for disposal. Star Trek Online give you all kinds of different things like cannons, beam arrays, torpedoes, mines, just to show you what the ship can equip, and they give you a basic space set to get you started, but I don't need it. We all have our own preferred gear. Why is that doing that? Move. There we go. I don't know if I've got better fighters. Ah yes, I did buy the better Vorgon fighters from the Dilithium store. I bought them for the last Vorgon ship, the Risian. So let's pop that on. Now this default gear, I'll save it down here. I will probably dispose of it later. I don't want to dispose of it right now, just in case I ever decide to do something with this gear. Not that there's much you can do with test gear. So, it comes with a console. I know nothing about this ship. I purposely avoided learning anything about it until I got it. So let's have a look. This console is a universal S.I.F inverter. I believe S.I.F stands for Structural Integrity Field, I'm not sure. It gives you plus 3.3% maximum hull capacity, plus 2.8 starship restoration. I don't know if these numbers are accurate here because we're not in local space, we're on the ground. S.I.F inverter beam. To self you get heavy damage and the foe gets extreme radiation, plus a dot damage over time, and a self drain. A self drain? They drain themselves? It reduces your hull to 50% of current. Reduces my hull? Lost hull is recovered over 10 seconds. Really? It reduces my hull and my lost hull will be recovered over 10 seconds. That's not good. To target, 3000 radiation damage, that's good. Ignores shields every 1 second for 10 seconds. 3000 damage every 1 second for 10 seconds that ignores shields. That's 30,000 damage. Surely that can't be right. Damage increased by the amount of hull lost at activation. Ah, so what you're doing is you're giving up your own hull for 10 seconds while at the same time damaging enemy hull. And it's a 2-minute recharge, and it's part of the Vorgon weapon expertise set, which I suppose comes with the other 2 Vorgon ships. Let me just click on an empty slot and see. We're looking for subphasic defense. I wonder if I have that somewhere. I should recognize it. Let me just peruse my eyes through all of this. It doesn't look like it. What's this one? Universal harasser probes. Is that part of it? Yes. So here's the other Vorgon console from the I believe it's that Vorgon escort ship, the first Vorgon ship we received from the Risian Summer Event 2 years ago. And this is the Universal Subphasic Defensive Drone from the Rikadan. So I do have all 3 consoles, but I am not going to be using them because you've probably already seen on other videos what these 2 consoles do, and this isn't really about testing the ship. It's just about throwing a build on and seeing if the ship is interesting to me. So for now I won't use the special consoles. Actually, let's see what the 3-piece set gives you. The 2-piece would give you 2.5% chronoton mine and chronoton torpedo damage, 2.5% tetrion energy weapon damage. That's not that good. 2.5%. And plus 20 flight speed for your mines and targetable torpedoes. These numbers, bear in mind, they might increase when I get out into space, when I'm in local space, orbital space. Plus 20 flight speed for your mines and target torpedoes. Wow, increases the speed of your mines and torpedoes. That is good. But you only get it if you have all 3 pieces of the set on. So we'll put these here for now, just in case. I don't know whether I'm going to include any of them into the build, but it's possible. For now I'm just going to go with a generic basic build, just to see what the ship can do for this video. So haven't got any colony stuff, I don't think, so I'm using the 2-piece Nukara and 2-piece Terran. So we go with the Terran Deflector and the Terran Warp Core for the defense, and the Nukara engines and Nukara shields for the offense. I will turn off the visuals, disable, there's no visuals on that, disable visuals on this, and disable visuals on this. That way we've got the default skin and we can decorate it the way we want to in the ship Taylor. I won't put anything else on it at the moment. I'm just going to have a look at what it will be like in the Taylor. Customize Starship. There it is. It looks just like its fighter, its escort variant, the first Vorgon ship from the summer event, but on a much bigger scale. It's not as solid looking as the Rikadan. It's more akin to the escort, even though it's a dreadnought. You don't normally get much options on the free ships for decorating, but you do get some, and it's got the usual bridge that comes with the Vorgon ships by the looks of things. I've only got one type of windows and one type of hull material, and one pattern or no pattern. I kind of like the no pattern, although you can still see it slightly. I do like to change the colouring, so let's go back to Vorgon. See if we can make a better looking colour, kind of maybe a tiger like. No, everybody will be doing that. So I'm thinking jungle maybe, or sunshine. Let's see what looks good just by clicking them randomly and figuring it out. There, I like that. Almost aquatic. Do Vorgons have gills? But that's about the best you can do with a Vorgon, with a free ship, when it comes to changing its appearance. So I'll save that preset. There it is. And apply it to the ship. I wonder, has it appeared? Whoops, wrong button. Still getting used to a new mouse. Has it appeared? Yes, it has. Normally you have to beam into space to get it to appear here, for the image to update. Well, let's have a look at what bridge officers this thing would require. Let's take off the ones we've got. Hang on, got to make it update. Where's the none button? Down at the bottom. It's auto-equipped my officers that I didn't want it to do. probably end up putting them back on, but for now we'll take them off so we can have a good unfiltered look. So we have a Lieutenant Commander Temporal Ops Station. Interesting. Universal Temporal Ops. Another Universal Ensign. A Lieutenant Tactical. A Commander Engineering. And a Lieutenant Commander Science. So we've got 2 Universal stations, one of them is Temp Ops. Well, I don't think that's quite a bad layout actually, now that I think about it. So I'm going to put my Norsican pirate traded guy. His name is Yomper. I'm going to put him here. And this is what I usually go with for my engineer. I go with engineering team for the hull heal. This for tricking enemy weapons into charging my shields. This for making my energy weapons stronger. And this works with a duty officer to add shield penetration, and we'll get to the duty officer when we get there. When we get to that part of the build. I'm not explaining myself very well because I'm a bit tired today, but we'll see how this goes. You know my videos, they're all warts and all. In the science slot, obviously the hierarchy officer. I always like to have the shield heal, and hazard emitters is a bit of extra hull heal just in case. Keeps your hull alive. So I think hazard emitters keeps your hull alive better, whereas engineering team would heal it. I mean, hazard emitters does heal it, but it keeps it alive as well. Keeps it strong. Whereas engineering team, you have to wait till you're damaged before you can use that, before it's effective. Well, since we've got good science and good engineering already, and we've got an extra spare science, that means we're going to have some good tactical abilities on this ship by the looks of things. So I think here I'm going to want tactical team and attack pattern beta. And this is a Romulan superior operative. So he has that trait, and so they're all space traded guys. On here we're going to want fire at will. So I'll put another Romulan operative here, if I can find the one I want. I've already got Chekhov on there. I want Sulu. I've got him somewhere. I've renamed him, by the way, so no point searching the exchange for him. There he is. Now we've got fire at will, so here we're going to want I'm going to want Chemosite there, because I plan to put on torpedoes. And since it's a temp hop station, I'm going to put a temp hop ability there when I get round to it. And here I can put torpedo spread. If I can find a decent officer that has another Romulan superior. I know I've got one somewhere, I just can't remember what he's called right now. I think that's the guy. And I was going to make him torpedoes. Just in case I put a torpedo on the final build. If not, I can change it. And I think I'm going to put, I believe it's called entropic redistribution, I'm not sure. But I'll have to change Sulu into a temporal operative to do that. So go to specializations and select temporal operative. And we'll do that for all our officers. So they're all temporal operatives, just in case I want to switcheroo them. Or do something like that. Oh, he's still got to learn Miracle Worker, has he? Let's see if he's the right one, if he's the superior. He is. Yeah, and he is purple, that's good. They're all purple. So now we can put the Temp Hop ability on him. You only have to change one of them to Temp Hop, the one you're using in this station. So Entropic Redistribution is what it's called. It does physical damage. I'm not an expert ship builder. I tend not to know what half my abilities do. I just go with what seems to work. And since we've got a third spot on this guy, I'm going to... I could go with Gravity Well, but I found there's one in a lockbox that's a bit better. Subspace Vortex. I tend to like that better because I'm comfortable with it. I'm used to it, and I can fire it off more often than Gravity Well because I haven't got anything to allow me to fire Gravity Well more rapidly, like that Andorian trait. So I think that's a good layout for this ship. If I do take off torpedoes, I can change that. As for traits, oh no, I've got torpedo traits on here. Time to start again. I was using a torpedo ship, so we'll take everything off and start from scratch when we get into space. This is a bit of a haphazard way of making a build. I'll keep that one on because I know it's good. And that one. This one will take off for the time being. Okay, that clears our trait slots for a bit. As for skills, I'm going to switch my primary to Intel. So I'm going Intel and Specialist, Intel and Strategist, sorry. I could go Intel and Temp Hop on this ship since it's a temporal operative ship. Do I want to do that, or should I stick with Intel? Well, let's have a look at what Temp Hop does. +5 exotic particles skill. I think I prefer Intel. Okay, the ship's ready to go out into space, I think, and I can sort the rest of the load out there. Or will I be limiting myself? I think... Do we have a special Tetrion weapon we can put on? Because I want to make a Tetrion build since it's Vorgon. I could go with a full Disruptor build, but I've got some Tetrion weapons somewhere. I don't know. I can't remember if there's a special Tetrion weapon in this game. I mean, for Phaser you've got the Quantum Phase Beam. For Disruptors you've got the Terran Beam. Is there anything for the Tetrion weapons? There's this. Is that Tetrion? No, that's Anti-Proton. And I don't really want to go with a dual beam bank. That one's Tetrion. But this is... Ooh, look at all those slots on the back, because it's a mine launcher, I suppose. And I don't want to do mines because I'm not practiced at them. That one's a Disruptor, I think, yeah. It doesn't look like we have anything decent Tetrion to put on, so I'm going to have to go with a full Disruptor build. What's this? That's Polaron. Maybe I should have given this video a bit of thought before I started it. But I wanted to just do this right from the unboxing sort of stage. Diffusive Omni Tetrion, that could work on the back, but I don't have a special diffusive beam, and they're not upgraded. But I can't see any special Tetrion beam in my inventory. And what's this? Omnidirectional Tetrion support beam array, and it comes with a console. Covert munition deployment. So let's just pop that onto the back somewhere if I can. Actually, it's not upgraded, so no, let's not bother. And it goes with that, I believe, doesn't it? Yes, I don't believe I can use them because I haven't upgraded them. I'm going to go with a disruptor build. I'm going to have to, because I have nothing else at hand. What's this? Disruptor, plasma. Ah, there we go. Krenim temporal manipulation. And it goes with the... Ah, this is from the episode Butterfly, I believe, where Romulus is back and it's assimilated. I'm going to put that one on. Yeah, I'll go in Tetrion. And you use it with where are we? Anti-chronoton infused Tetrion energy weapon, and you put on with it the disentanglement suite, which is a science console, which gives you good shielding, I know that, and good crits. And what do you get for the two-piece? You get plus 1.9% Tetrion damage. That's not bad, but I'm not going to use the warp core, I don't think, that comes with it. Let's have a look. Anti-chronoton infused Tetrion discharge. 500 Tetrion damage to enemy within 10 kilometers, max 10 targets. Affected targets then take Tetrion damage in 2 kilometer radius, ignores shields, double versus heralds. Okay, let's think about this a bit better. Let's put that core on. Where is it? There it is. And we'll go with, instead of the... We'll keep the two-piece Nakara. But since we're not using the two-piece Terran for its defense, we're going to need a deflector that will give some defense, I think. Well, we haven't got one, so we might as well just have 3 pieces of the Nukara. Although this gives torpedo damage. I haven't had time to think about this build before I started the video, so I'm just kind of winging it. This one gives torpedo damage, hull capacity, shield capacity. That's pretty good. Max hit points, shield hit points, that's good. Improves drains. Shield restoration. Let's see what the 3-piece Nukara does. I've got the deflector on. It will give me targets foe 10 kilometers. To target Tetrion damage 15.9 DPS to initial target, 2000 Tetrion damage. That looks pretty good. it's the full 3-piece set as well. So I've got the 3-piece Tetrion from Butterfly and the 3-piece Nukara. That's not bad. That you can fit both of those on this ship. I might actually go with a theme build on this thing. You just give my mind some peace. I'm going to go with Tempops, I think, instead of Strategist. Although this has saved my ass a few times. So Strategist is for defense and threat and things, and Tempops seems to be for exotics. I haven't really read through what they all are. And I haven't got good exotics on this character. His skill tree isn't set up for exotics. Screw Intel, I'm going Tempops. Tempops and Strategist. Probably a bad decision, but I never claim to be an expert builder or anything, or even a good one. I'm normally a copy and paste builder. I'll copy other people's things and see if they work for me. Right, so if we're going with the 3-piece Tetrion there and that, I swear I had a dual beam bank Tetrion somewhere that was not bad, a Nukara one. Yes, I did. I just looked at it, didn't I? Where is it? Nope. Okay, that's going on. I'm convinced. Hyper Dual Refracting Beam Bank, Nukara Web Launcher, and Nukara Particle Converter. I think I've got the Particle Converter somewhere. I think that's it. Yep. Let's see what that 2-piece gives. 1.3 Tetrion damage, 2.5 Starship Shield drains. And the 3-piece would upgrade your beam bank to special firing mode. Fire at will and beam overload will both hit additional targets. Yes, yes, and yes. So we'll get the 3rd piece of that. We'll put on the mine. So we do have a mine in the end. Since this ship is supposed to be for mines, but instead we're using the Nukara mine if I can find it somewhere. I know I've got it. This really is a warts and all video. There it is, Nukara mine launcher. It's very similar to a Folian type build. Now, before I put anything else on, I'm going to go into space so I can get an idea of its stat numbers and see how they're affected by the way I build it. So let's crack a bottle on the hull of this ship and give it its first ever flight. Maiden voyage to the edge of the solar system to finish its construction. Yep, bottle of Chateau Picard. Oh, the visuals came back on. Oh, or didn't. It was probably because I rearranged my gear. Let's switch off them visuals. Yeah, I must have moved the shield at some point. There we go. There she is in space. The USS Vacationer. The kind of ship you go on holiday on. It looks like the deflector visuals came back on, so I'll switch them off for now. Or they were never on in the first place. So, First ever flight, I haven't set the power levels yet, so she's going to be a bit faster probably than she would be. Oh, I like the shininess. You get that in some systems with the 2.0 lighting effect. I believe that's what it is. I'm not certain. I'm never certain about anything. Well, at the moment, a good turn rate and speed, but I'll be changing the power levels later, I believe. Alright, get to the edge of the solar system, away from all the team buffs of the other players, so they don't interfere with my stat numbers. Everybody's firing off their abilities in next to a space dock, and you could end up getting buffed without realizing it. I'm trying to think what this ship reminds me of. Almost like a hook of some kind, upside down. Right, prepare for when I do the keybind. I have trays 10 and 9 assigned to my space bar. Right, we'll take off this rubbish this auto-equipping. I hate auto-equip, and I've turned it off in my options, but it still seems to auto-equip everything. This is one of the best parts of the game for me, building a new ship and watching it fail completely and then having to rebuild it. This happened with the Rikadan. When I made that, I did not like that ship at all when I first built it, but it took a while before you could learn to like that ship. And I did eventually get the hang of using it and learn to like it, but when I first used it, it was a complete fail, as a lot of builds usually are for me. I'm going to rearrange the HUD a little so I can get these a bit more easily to see. You can tell I'm tired because I'm stumbling over my words a bit and not able to remember things as well. That's a bit clearer. Right, so what have we got so far to work with? We better put on our traits, and I'm going to go with a standard fire at will thing. So I'm going to need, where is it? Me in space, yes. Beam barrage, beam training, we've got going to have mines on it. I don't know what buffs mines. I don't know if mines are classed as projectiles. Increased projectile weapon. I suppose they would be, but I'm not certain. There's another one somewhere that comes from the R&D schools. Where is it? Torpedoes. I don't want to go past it accidentally, so I'm going slow. Where is it? Come on. There it is. Still getting used to a new mouse. Put on an engineering one. I like Lady on bypass. It's good for engineers. So these all increase their various weapon powers. Like this one, 7.5 beam damage. This one, plus 2% beam damage, 5% projectile, 10% projectile penetration. And I like Nadion bypass since I'm an engineer, 13% weapon damage. My head just isn't working at the moment. Fleet coordinator for team matches, but I don't know how many of them I'll be playing yet, so I'll leave that one for now. Fluidic cocoon is usually pretty good. 20% chance of receiving kinetic damage plus 5 bonus energy damage, stacks up to 3 times. That's a good one. But there are ones that I want to put on first and then see if I've got any space left. Innocuous. Minus 25% threat generation. That's a good one to use when you're testing a ship. But there might even be better ones as well to put on first and then see if we've got space. That's an okay one. I don't like point blank shot because that's usually used by people who like to use the anchored trait and stay still next to an enemy, and I could never survive when I do that. Superior elusive, that's a good defensive one for testing a build. So I'm kind of building it a little cowardly at first, just so I can be sure to try and survive. So we're going with minus threat generation. Since we're not using strategist, I don't believe, are we? Or are we? Did we choose strategist? I went 10 pops and I did go strategist. So I will be able to control threat, and I don't need to have strategist specialization selected to control threat, but I could if I wanted to threat, but I don't want to, not on a new ship. Not on a ship while I'm still getting used to it, finding its sweet spot. Elusive I was going to put on, wasn't I? So where is that? There it is. Bit of defense rating always helps. Now we can put on the critical chance and critical severity, because there's nothing really defensive else I need. And I will go for, I believe, fluidic cocoon, but there might be something better. I'm not including team damage yet because I may, after I've tried this in a few team matches, I might go on to do other things that aren't team related. And I'm not adding plus threat generation on an early build. So let's try and figure out what I want. I've got so many, it's more of a personal choice for me rather than selecting specific things for specific. It's not really about selecting specific traits to achieve a specific goal. It's more just finding what's fun for me. I wouldn't mind adding some flight speed and stuff. I won't have very powerful weapons by the looks of things with what I'm going with, but that's okay by my standards. I'm not so much about DPS. I know I've done a lot of DPS videos, but I'm not so much about that. Even though I tend to build ships a bit overpowered. So emergency weapon cycles are must have. I usually like to go with pedal to the metal because I never seem to drop below full impulse. Supremacy, I don't know if that's still good, but I haven't noticed a difference in its since I use it on most builds and haven't noticed any difference, so that can go on. Supercharged weapons. Energy weapon performance enhanced by torpedo, so I must remember to put a torpedo on. I don't know if this covers mines as well. Now, normally I'd go with numerical superiority for the next slot, but that one. But I just want to have a look through what I've got just to see if there's anything that's good for mines. I might probably miss it because I'm not really looking that carefully. And my eyes are a bit blurry today. Adds a slow and drain resistance debuff to weapons. To rapid fire and beam overload from temp op abilities and directed energy modulation. Hang on. When triggered, grants 25% bonus damage to cannon rapid fire. Oh, only to cannon rapid fire and beam overload. I've been liking this one on another ship I've been using. I've been using this on a torpedo boat. Explosive polarity shift. Harasser mines. Weapon mode summon mines. Directed energy weapons create one level 66 chronoton mine within 1.5 of each target's location. Interesting. 3000 kinetic damage, 20% shield penetration per mine. It says here, creates within one mine within 1 kilometer of each target. Well, you can only target one thing at a time, so that's one mine at a time. Be nice if it worked with fire at will and launched a mine for each ship hit. Specialist cooldowns. I don't think I've got one for mine by the looks of things. And I would like to put on something about shielding, and I know I've got one for that, I believe, somewhere. Or did I just miss something good? No. I never really use Invincible. I know it's good, but I don't really seem to need it as an engineer. I don't seem to see anything for mines. I don't think I've got anything for mines by the looks of things. I could extend fire at will duration. I could go with a beam overload build and a torpedo high yield. Damage and critical hit buffer after critical hit. Increased chance of shields offline from projectiles. Now there's one for projectiles. That could work with mines. Attacking foes with projectile weapons grants you a stacking chance for your projectile weapons to knock their shields offline for several seconds. That might be good for this ship depends on how I build it later. What gear I put on it. High yield and transport warheads creates anomalies. I'm thinking this is energy weapon performance enhanced by torpedoes. If I put on checkmate, which is a sister trait to this, it will be torpedoes enhance energy weapons. And I'm thinking of going with that idea. Beam fire well and cannon scatter volley increase weapon damage by 1%. Stacks up to 30 times, generate up to 4 stacks per second. Interesting, but I wouldn't think I'd use it. Torpedo weapon performance enhanced by energy weapons. Oh, that's not checkmate. Checkmate's the exotic one. But that's the one I think I'm going to go with. These ones, I believe, come from... Do you know what? I can't remember. It's either the command ships or oh god, what's that one with the prototype dreadnought? I think they come from the command ships actually. That one from the S.T.O. This one, tactical command cruiser, I believe. I'm not certain, so don't rely on it. Check it first. And this one from the Arbiter. Right, as for these things, well, I like to put on a bit of armor penetration. Increased damage resistance is always good. What I've noticed with these traits is they've mixed them up. They used to put them all in a specific order. Maybe my eyes are playing up tricks on me. That used to be good. Armor penetration, that's the one. There's one more I used to use. I just can't remember what it is right now. Let's see if I can find it. Torpedo pre-fire sequence is a good one. In fact, I think I'm going for it because it will increase the speed of my torpedoes, so I may put on a few more torpedoes on this than I would normally, maybe in 1 or 2. Let's see if I can remember what else I used to use. Tactical advantage was 1. 10 to 20% armor penetration. In fact, I think that was the one I should be using. Energy refrequencer, receive 2.5% of your outgoing damage as hull heal. That one's good. That one creates green swirly things around your ship. Increased damage resistance rating as health decreases. That sounds interesting, but I think I kind of like what I've got. I mean, this one would be good, but I think I kind of like having the extra speed if I'm going to go with torpedoes. I might switch it out for that if I don't. I've got to decide now. First of all, let's have a look what's the mastery give me. Rapid repairs, regenerates hull. It's a heal. Enhanced hull plating, that gives me the resistances. Ooh, critical chance, nice. Hit points, always useful. And what's the trait do on this thing? It's structural integrity field burst, I believe that stands for, and it's a hull heal that triggers a pushback area of effect damage over time. Learning all these abbreviations is very wanting to forgetfulness. When using hull healing bridge officer abilities to up to 3 foes within 3 kilometers, 851.2 radiation damage every 1 second. For 5 seconds, 100 shield penetration, 100% shield penetration, so it bypasses shields. Or digs into them to 100%. I think I'm going to go with that. Switch one of my traits out for that later. So what stats have I ended up with? I've got a nice amount of hull. Oh, I haven't shown my skills. I've gone tactical ultimate with a lot of hull but not much shielding. And I put a bit of extra speed on. And as an engineer I need power. And that's for hangar pets, and that's lucky because I've got a hangar pet on this ship. Accuracy important as well. And I've got focused frenzy. Whatever they call it. Is it focused? It's called, yeah, focused frenzy. So I've got power transfer rate. Well, that's been pants since the Great Nerf Apocalypse. 93 hull, that's pretty good for starting out. And that, yes, power levels. Better change them because it sometimes affects some of these numbers. And I'll reset it to standard, balanced, and then shift up the energy weapons all the way up. Click and shift up auxiliary all the way up. It won't go as high as weapons, but click and then leave the others where they lie for now and save it. So we've got 118, so we're going to need a little bit more there with a console or something. 66, 32, 90, so we might have to do some jiggery with consoles. So 93 hulls, okay, 220 power, 500, and that was 800 until I adjusted my power levels, but it's still pretty good. 13 is not as good as it should be with this on board and auxiliary turned up. I need more resistances, but then I'll get them as I build mastery, because one of the mastery things adds resistance. I've got good crit chance for post season 13, but I could do with more severity. And my speed and turn rate have gone right down to nothing. Glad I put on Thrill Seeker. I might need Polaric with that. And this is pants. But then it would be without additional consoles and stuff. So if we're going Tetrion, oh, what the hell, 3-piece console, let's put it on. We'll put on the console that comes with the ship. Turns into 21.4 Starship Hull Restoration. I don't know if that's any good because it's a skill thing, it adds to your skill tree. 3.3% shield maximum hull capacity, that would be down here, wouldn't it, with your hit points? I don't know. Hit points aren't very good at the moment, but then these numbers aren't going to be good before mastery. Let's just chuck them on, what the hell. Anyway, my shield should have... I thought that added extra shielding, plus 3.3%. Oh no, it's hull, sorry, I'm getting confused. 10% mine and torpedo, 7.5 shielding. I haven't seen a change here, but there might have been. Shield power, oh right, that's down here. %25% Tetrion weapon damage and 8% critical severity. Yeah, but it's giving me the crit severity. And all three together would be extra chronoton mine torpedo and 19% Tetrion. I don't think I've got an upgraded chronoton mine anywhere. I've got chronoton mine there, but I don't think I've got an upgraded one, and I don't think I'll visit the exchange to buy one at the moment because this ship has just come out and everybody will be buying one, which will push up the price. Let's just look, see if there's any other mines. What's this do? Quantum mine, it's not chronoton though. That's trilithium, nope. Try cobalt. It's slowly going through because I believe there's other ones that don't look like mines but are. What's that? Oh, that's for the gamma quadrant things. What does the Vorgon one do? Is that a mine launcher? Did I just look at that one? Yes, I did just look at that one. I'm sure I've got a Vorgon one. We've got the Breen mine launcher somewhere. Cluster torpedo. And there's the Vorgon. It says Vorgon, but it looks Breen. Vorgon cluster torpedo is not. It's tri-cobalt torpedoes. How come I've got two of them? I think I may check the exchange just to see if I can afford chronoton mines, because I clearly haven't got any here. But that would mean beaming down to the academy. I would love to put that on. I don't know if it goes on with the other weapon. It does, but I'd have to upgrade it before I use it on this build. Would it go on with the Borg beam as well? Yes, it would. I believe there was a special Tetrion weapon I was looking at a minute ago. No, that's plasma. It's not part of the set. If there is a set, I don't even know. Neutronic, of course, woo. Foreign infused. Chronometric, not chronoton. No, chronoton, not chrono. I'm getting confused again. But I really do want proper chronoton mine, but it's just remembering what I've got, because I don't use my main character so much these days. No. So I've got to keep going through and finding what I might like. That's a chronoton torpedo. Ah! That's a turret, but I've already got the Omni on, so I might not need the turret. And the Omni will do to complete the free piece. You can hear all my thoughts that are going into this build, all my lousy, incorrect thoughts. I bet some of you who know how to build ships are banging your head on the wall saying, why isn't he doing this? Why isn't he doing that? Because I'm an idiot, that's why. So we've got the Tetrion. Isn't that from the competitive stuff? I'm not sure. Obfuscated Strategist. It says modulating chronoton mine launcher is part of this set. So theoretically I should have it. Because I've got a lot of the reputation stuff, and if that is the reputation stuff, I think it is, I should have that mine. I must be blind to not being able to see it. Maybe it won't allow me to put another special mine on with this. Let's remove that for now. And then have a look, see if another mine appears in the inventory. But then again, it wouldn't be upgraded, would it? Because I haven't upgraded this, and I usually upgrade sets together. So I don't get stuck with half upgraded setters like I have in the past. What does the competitive mine launcher look like? I know I've got it somewhere, I must have. Maybe it's a forward weapon, which would be unusual. Doesn't matter how many times I mouse over the same thing, it won't become what I want it to be. I was sure I had the competitive mine launcher somewhere. Let me go to the reputation and see what it looks like. See if I can get a little image of what it looks like. There it is, modulating competition mine launcher. So I did see it. I was looking at it earlier. That's the one. I don't think I'm going to put it on though because it's not upgraded. Okay. I'm just going to pull it out to see what the set bonus is. Stealth bonus based on current throttle percentage. Stealth bonus disabled in combat. 100% to 78% from 4,000 stealth. So that gives you stealth. A free piece gives you Master of Mind plus 35% projectile weapon plus 33% all damage resistance rating to mines and torpedoes. That's crap. Well, it's good for PvP, but it's crap for everything else. Except for the 33% quantum projectile damage. What if I was to put that on, and that, and there's the console universal munition deployment console. What the heck is that? Is it science or is it it's universal, of course, yeah. Would it be that? What would the free piece of that give then? We just looked at it, didn't we? Damage resistance rate to mines and torpedoes. Kinetic resists. Nope, it's not there. Well, it doesn't say it here, but I don't think it's going to do me any good having all that stuff on. I mean, I could even put on, if it's still available, that. See what we're getting. Cutting beam's doing well. That's not good. Nope. Nope. It's not working out, is it? Not unless I upgrade. 70% quantum projectile damage. And that's quantum mindset. No, it's not looking good with these bits. It's not looking Vorgon like. This I was wondering if I should keep it, but no, I've already got the free piece bonus. I'm going to go down to the academy and see if I can afford to buy a, what do you call it, chronoton mine. So that means beaming down. I take forever over ship builds, especially when my brain is not working the way it should today. Right, straight to the exchange. Now I bet those torpedoes have gone through the roof in price to the point where I just can't afford them. Exchange, open my inventory, drag one in, get rid of the mark, and go very rare, no, go epic and search. 30 million. I can't afford that. There are no ultra rares. Very rare. Well, that's not such a bad price. Look for one with the right traits. Well, I usually go crit D and whatever damage I can get on top of that. Wonder how much it would cost to upgrade one of these Mark 12s to epic. That's got pen. I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. I mean, I just want the novelty of a chronoton mine for this one ship, and a ship that I may not use that much anyway, because I've already got so many and nothing. I'm not knocking the ship, I've got so many other ships that I tend to use. This one would probably end up just as a novelty and therefore not worth an investment. So we won't put on the chronoton mine. So Sol system, beam up. I don't think I'll invest on a novelty ship. Not when there are Lobby store ships in this game. Oh look, there's another one there. Somebody else has got one. Oh, look how slow it's gotten since I changed my power levels. Hey look, is that a Vorgon one? Is that the escort version? I don't see a Riker down anywhere. Wow, this has gotten slow. Really slow since I changed my power levels. And look at how the shields go down when you're at full impulse. Everything goes down. Except engines. Yeah, that's natural, I think. You just position my ship where I like it, so the sun catches it. Right. So I don't have any other dual beam banks I can use that are of the right quality level. I got resonating Tetrion and piercing Tetrion, but they're the wrong quality level. And is that diffusive again? Well, I am only doing mastery at the moment, so I don't really need to have all the fancy gear on it straight away. So I think I should just go with what I've put on it here, which isn't ideal. Just put on a couple of fleet Tetrions, because there's nothing else really that I've got that can interest me. I don't think I've got any Nukara Tetrions anywhere, other than the main one. What are they doing then? They're doing 1400 damage. Put on these basic, where are they? The basic low beast ones. Those increase my crits, and look what it's done to the severity. Wow. And the basic Tetrions are still the same. They don't upgrade unless I put on Tetrion locators, which I might have if I'm lucky. Disruptor, phaser, anti-proton, polaron, standard beams, anti-proton again. Tetrion, 1, 2, 3. What's that done? 1800. What's that do? It doesn't improve Tetrion energy. Improves exotics and drains, but the drains aren't... Do you know what? I don't think that's very good. But then I haven't taken into account the bonuses now that I've done that. Then it might be good, 9.5. And upgrades the dual beam bank. I really need more than that though. More control resistance and energy drain. So to up that, my best bet at this early stage would be to go with drain. Two times drain restorative from the Delta Research Lab. So it's not brilliant. Not even close. How much dilithium have I got? Quite a bit. Do I have any projectile tech upgrades anywhere? I know I've got tech upgrades somewhere. I don't seem to have projectile ones. So even if I did buy that Chronoton mine, I wouldn't be able to upgrade it without buying upgrades. So it'll end up pretty costly for me upgrading Chronoton mines, but I would like one. And buying Nukara beam banks would also cost. Or upgrading my piercing or whatever I've got. So I think I'm going to go with beam arrays from the fleet, of course. Fleet ones are always good. It's me compromising for my lack of gear, I think. As for devices, do you know what? No, I was just thinking I might put on a exploiter, but I've only got that, so it's not going to make much difference. One mine. You've got to put a mine on a Vorgon ship, really, haven't you? Anyway, as for device slots, well, Temporal Negotiator, Red Matter, Subspace Hujima Phlegm, and I'm not going to put on energy amplifiers for the mastery because it's a waste of them. You want to save them until you do things like DPS runs. So the only other device I can put here is either, which isn't a consumable, would be the new Herc thing from the Gamma Quadrant. So that's what I'm going with. Control resistance is rubbish, so it'll be caught in tractor beams. Shield drains and energy drains could be better. Those are the two important ones from my perspective in a science. Not bad maximum hit points for me for an engineer, but not the best. Excellent crit severity, good crit chance. These will come with mastery. Shielding, not that good. Excellent hull. So this would be a good tank, I think. A good mine-laying tank. But I'm not building it like that, really. I'm just building it more fun and experimenting. The speed is lousy, and so is the turn rate. So, and since I'm not using a lot of projectiles, I've got some from the console here. I believe those are healing ones though, aren't they? From this console, subphasic defense. Someone's defense drone, yeah. Shield buff drones. What's this one? Creates 2 level 60 harasser probes for 120 seconds. I suppose they're probes. Reduces your all heals to target heavy damage. For this is a sciencey type ability, I believe. So it would depend. This would depend on exotic skill, which I haven't got on this. God, I'm so confused. And I love it. Right. Uncheck them for the moment. I know I've completely blown this, but that's the good thing. If you get it right first time, it's not a challenge. And you've got to start somewhere until you find a ship's sweet spot for the kind of build you like. Anyway, let's trying to move these off of the tool tray so I can put them on in my own order. I'm not going to do a full mastery on this video. I'm just going to take it into a system patrol first of all, just to see maybe 2 system patrols. I don't know. Depends how I feel when I get a look at how this ship is going, because you never know. I might decide this build is so pants that I might completely change it and just go with a full coalition disruptor build for the hell of it. I wish I could do other things than just disruptor builds though. I mean, I'm getting sick of them. It's like back when anti-proton was popular, I got sick of that. So, gonna want that. We'll start with that sort of device. We'll just chuck them on train 9 for now until we decide what we want to do with them. Anti-tome I usually like to put here. This is all about personal preference where you place these tools, wherever you're used to clicking them. So I usually just bung them on randomly sort of at first and then move them about. What I normally do is I put the things I'm familiar with in places where I know I like them, and the things I'm not familiar with, like the special abilities, I just sit them on tray 9, and then once I've got all my good abilities on, I will then move them across to wherever there's a space. If that makes sense, which I doubt it does. That's the new engineering one from level 63. I always forget to launch my pets, so I put them on the keybind now. Just like I do with torpedoes, I forget to fire them. A lot of people say you shouldn't put your torpedoes onto your keybind or onto auto fire, but I'd forget all about them if I didn't. Okay, I've got some space here for things. What is that? What's it doing there? Anti-chronoton infused, we don't need that one there. Okay, so that's the console for this ship. S.I.F inverter beam. And I usually like to put the special console in that slot so I can remember to use it. These are the here's one of the other two. That's the subbasic defense drone, and that's the Herc reinforcements. That's the Crenum temporal manipulation set. Yep, that's that one can go here. That's the temporal operative ability from the specialization. That one is launch harasser probes. Is that the... Yeah, that's from the escort. So I've got 1, 2, 3 from these 3 consoles. Three buttons, and it should give my projectiles more speed. So I should really put on more projectiles than just the web launcher. I wish you could have a 4th tree up here and trade 9 and 10 here, but if you have trade 4 here, you can't have 9 and 10 here or something like that. I don't know. There's something odd with the way they do trays. This is the same tray as this one, just 9 and 10. It's not a second tray. It's a mirror. What am I thinking now? I do want to put on extra. I am thinking I want to put on a mine, but upgrading one is so expensive just for a novelty ship. And I do want to put on a torpedo as well, but that means my 4 Tetrion arrays. I'd have to get rid of 2 of them. And it's not that powerful as it is. And it would be crazy to do it. Crazy bad judgment to do it, but I think I'm going to. I'm going to put on projectile on the front. I'm going to beam down to the academy. I'm going to buy a chronoton mine because I might upgrade it later. Or now. It depends how it goes. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this. This really bad decision. But then it won't really matter, it'll just stack with all my other bad decisions and make me hate the ship at first, like I usually do. I usually end up hating ships when I first get them until I find out how they work better. So, which one will I go with? That's a bit expensive considering, just in case I have to buy. I'm just going to go with the cheapest one I can find. There it is. What does it take to upgrade these things? It takes projectile upgrades, of which I've got none. So buy some of them as well. See how much they are first, because you never know, I might choose not to do that. They're going to be... This is going to cost me, I believe... Let's see how much 10 are. A little cheaper. Is there 20 stack? I'm not going to be able to afford this. I mean, look at that, I've only got 2 million. I tell you what, though. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong buttons. The C-Store. It's got one of these events going. So if I buy one of them for later, I won't get a ship from it, of course, I never do, not these days. Then I can buy a key and sell it. And I might end up with more money to buy these projectile upgrades with. That's my 500 monthly stipend for being a lifetime subscriber. But for now I'll just buy 10. Hang on a minute, wasn't the first one 89? Was that a mistake? Yeah, it was, but I'm accustomed to it. So I won't get a ship out of that. No, see, no ship. Not even anything good. Except the Lobi crystals. Always like the Lobi crystals. But that means I can sell my key, but before I sell it I want to see how much they're going for. Warts and all video. Master keys are going for 4.3 mil. So sell for 4.3200. 4320123. Post. Update. There it is. Let's see if anyone buys that in time for me to finish my upgrading of this. Even though I spent too much money on these 10 upgrades. And they won't be enough. Not even close. Sold my key. Right, buy more upgrades. Projectile. Very rare. Tech upgrade. Search. And let's just buy. Buy it. Search again to refresh. Buy it. Buy it. They're going into there. I thought I wasn't getting them first. Buy it. Search to refresh. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Unable, then buy that one. And again. And again. And again. Unable to buy that one. And again. That's 11. That's 12. 13. And they're getting a bit pricey now. So let's just do a little bit of upgrading. Okay, we've used them all up, but we've got it to Mark 15. That'll have to do because I'm not wasting any more money on this stuff. If Star Trek Online really needs to lower these prices, they really do. That was for the sale of my key. Right. Soul system. They need to lower those prices by 90%, to be honest, in my opinion. Especially for those of us who've bought a lot of stuff and need to keep it all current. Bit better flight speed and turn rate now that I put on tachyokinetic. Not much though. Right, park it where I can see it. And we'll do the stupid thing and put on the unupgraded Mark 15. Isn't that stupid? It really is. And since we're going to be stupid anyway, have we got a chronoton projectile? There's one. From the temporal defense. What does its 2-piece do? 8.9 energy damage, 5% critical. Well, we don't so much need it. Chronoton drive actuator. Advanced temporal defense energy weapon. That would be... No, we don't want the temporal defense one because that's probably for anti-proton. Where's the Krenim one? Krenim chronoton torpedo. What does the 2-piece for that one do? 3.8 auxiliary power setting plus 0.25 auxiliary power setting. Exotic damage, energy damage. No, this is not working out. Certainly not putting on the full piece of it. Ah well, I'll sort out that mine later. I'm going to go without the mine. I'm just going to go like this. Because at some point you just got to say, to hell with it. And just do what you got to do. Or else you'll be at it forever. Yeah, I can see myself, before mastery is done, I can see myself changing this to a full-on coalition disruptor build. Because this is not going to be good, I can tell you that now. I'd be surprised. Right, let's finish on putting on my stuff in an obsessive compulsive manner. Okay, anti-chronoton infused Tetryon array. That would be 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like full impulse there. Like quantum there, even though it's not necessary. Ooh, where are my other weapons? There we are. Tetryon array. That one goes there. Tetryon array. That one goes there. Tetryon array. This doesn't matter, but I'm obsessive and compulsive about this sort of stuff. Bore cutting beam and dual beam bank next. There's the dual beam bank. And the bore cutting beam, there it is. Now my shieldings. And what else have we got? Shields. Technically I don't need all this stuff on here, but I just put it on anyway. Habit and peace of mind. And obsessive compulsive tendencies. Oops. How did they get back on there? Did I forget to put that on? No, I didn't. Going into way too much detail. Bridge officer, duty officer, sorry, I didn't even think about that. It's the final bit. Right. Oh, I would have gone with a full torpedo ones. Projectiles, projectile weapon, chance officer. I wish I could just remove them all. Oh, you can. Used to have to only remove one and then jiggle them about. Right. Let's see how this goes. I got 6 slots because I bought an extra one. Well, first of all, 2 damage control engineers. Chance to reduce recharge time for emergency powder subsystems. That's a good one. And I need another one of them because that will allow me to use emergency powder weapons more often. And I've got to find another one exactly the same somewhere that I have locked on this character. Chance to reduce emergency powder subsystems. That's another one. Good. Put that one on. And now there's one for directed energy modulation. That's called Femini. If I can remember. Not sure what type of officer she is. Probably an engineer. There she is. Reduces weapon subsystem energy drain while using directed energy modulation. That's why she's useful. So every time this is clicked, my weapons will not consume as much of this power. I'd have her above them too. Then it's my 2 officers that usually make people jealous. There are they. Chance for stacking crit chance buff on firing energy weapons. That's an expensive officer, that one right there. And I've got another expensive officer. Chance for stacking buff on chance for stacking crit severity on firing energy weapons. Now this is probably the most expensive officer in the game. I think he's selling for about 300 million energy credits last time I checked anyway. Because he seems to going up in price. Now for my next one, if I was building for ISA, I'd be putting on double damage versus Borg, or chance for extra buffs based on whatever battery is activated. But in this case, I could go with for defense and put on gain shield power when using directed energy weapons. When using energy weapons, it doesn't say directed, so it might work with a plasma torpedo. You never know. I doubt it though. But in this case, I could go for him, or I could go for something that increases my power levels. So many to choose from, and I'm not using attack patterns except for beta, so I don't really need ZMOC. Although in Britain we call him ZMOC. Well, I do anyway. I could go for stacking on projectiles. Stacking crit chance on projectiles, but I've gone without projectiles except for that web, and that's probably not going to work on that. So the only other thing I can do, I suppose, is either warp core power or shield power. And I want shielding. So on firing energy weapons, chance. I wonder if there's a temp ops one somewhere. He'd usually be in ultra rare. Because the only temp ops ability I'm using as a clicky is Entropic Cascade. And I don't think I've got an officer for that. Chance to gain Orcs power from hull heals. That might be interesting, because but then I've got a lot of hull on this ship anyway. 102. Yeah, I don't think I've got a temp ops boosting guy. No, so I'm gonna have to go with that shield guy on firing energy weapons. We could always do more shields. Where is he gone? His name is Strerant. Strerant, something like that. I really do want to go with torpedoes on this, but they're all part of a set, and to put on a set I'd have to remove some of these or this, because these ones are too valuable to remove, and I'd have to change the whole friggin' bit. And I'm just sick of building this ship now, it's taking too long. So it's a half-assed build really, but it'll do. It'll show people what I'm doing in the game. I'm not here to teach people what to do or tell them what to do. I'm here just to show them what I'm doing and see what they think. And you're probably going to laugh at this one. See if you get anything from it. This is crazy. So I'm going to want my normal Tetrions to fire first. If I don't know if clicking them in order of where you in the right order of which ones you want your ship to send power to first. I don't know if that is a thing, but someone once told me it was, so I'm just clicking them in order just in case. Which ones will require power first, because each one gets a bit less power as your power levels drop. I don't know if that's a thing, but that's what I've done. I'm still wanting to put on a torpedo because I've got torpedo traits. And to hell with it, I think I might. I still might if I can freaking see it with my blurry vision. Unbuffed torpedoes. Just for mastery, yes, I think I will piss fart about with torpedoes. Just for the sake of mastery, I'll piss fart about with them. We'll see how much damage they've got now they're on the ship. 9,000. 7,000. And I can't afford to put their consoles on, because that would leave me with no shielding, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to find a console for one of them. Will the consoles make a difference? That just increases auxiliary. This one, energy. And I'd have to put on all 4 pieces to get just a prog chance. Pugh, rubbish. What's it do? Passive. Hang on a minute. Right, what's the console called? It's the Polaron set anyway, and it's a chronometric capacitor, which is, I believe, this one. Plus 5% weapon power, shield power, improves control resistance, and shield power. Big whoop. It's only good for the weapon power and the shield power, I believe, and shield capacity. So it's not a bad console. What's this one? This one's 3-piece would give me... That's the one I was just looking at, wasn't it? Yeah. So it's this one I wasn't need to look at. Directed energy damage, critical severity, and with the 3-piece you get your weapons gain armor penetration, wow, and shield penetration. Ooh. What console is it? Chronoton drive actuator and the advanced temporal defense chronoton energy weapon. Well, we're not putting on the energy weapon because that's anti-proton energy, I believe, but is that the drive actuator? That's, yeah, I'm getting confused again. That's the drive actuator for that one. And for that one it's the chronometric capacitor. That's the one we haven't looked at. No, I'm getting confused yet again. Chronometric, what would that be? Not even sure what it looks like, not even sure if I've heard of it before. It might not be that, it might be an engineering console. Or even a tactical. I have a feeling it would be a tactical, but I can't be certain. What's it called again? Not that one. Chronometric capacitor. That's it. 25% polaron damage. Well, that won't work with a Tetrion ship. 3.3 weapon power, exotic. 25 torpedo damage. That's going on. More details. I'm not putting anything else on because it would change the build too much for my taste. And since I've got more torpedoes on, I can afford to lose that locator. I would like to upgrade this the rest of the way, but it's just going to be super duper expensive to do so, and it's ridiculous to do it as well. But then this is a ridiculous build. What was I going to do? Why am I right clicking on it? I mean, I'm probably going to have to use how many to get to the next chance of upgrading, and it'll probably go all the way to 30% before I get the upgrade on. Before I get the upgrade to very rare, and then go up to 30% for the epic as well. So each one of these gives you about, what, 5%. Each one of these bars filled gives you about 5%, and it usually doesn't upgrade till you get around 30%. So you'll need 5 times these bars just to go up 1 rarity level, 10 times to go up 2 rarity levels. So you probably need 10 times this number. Probably need 2 million technology points to get it to go to epic, and that would consume all of my energy credits and dilithium in one big go. No thank you. But I just had an idea. I just had an idea on how to upgrade it cheaper. Don't need that in there. There was recently a Phoenix event, and it would mean I'd have to visit the exchange. Oh no, there they are. What do they do? No dilithium cost, standard quality improvement chance. Ouch! But no dilithium cost, and it's free. They've probably gone in here, yep. I'm going to use them up because I don't really have anything else to use them on. I want to keep one of those rare ones. Sorry, those very rare ones, because I've got a Jemadar to buy red matter for. What's that? Starship Mastery? Hang on a minute, how do I sell this rare one? No, that's not it. It's by... How do I do this? It's by 2 of them. says by 1. Oh, by 1 at 1 times 2. Yeah, that's it. There they are, and then 2 of them. Yeah, this idea wasn't that good after all. 10% chance, it's not going to happen. See? It happened! Haha, I got the first turn. So I got it up to very rare. Right, we'll sell 2 of these. Very rare ones. I think red matter capacitor is rare. Yeah, I've got to save one for my Jem'Hadar. So click that, buy 2. Okay. Click that, buy 4. Okay. Click that. What a waste of things, but I don't care. I got a lot of epic stuff already, so, and I probably would have done this anyway with other things, with these upgrades, done it for something like this. Well, I've got a 5% chance. Nothing, haven't got any more. So, in order to upgrade it the rest of the way, I'm going to need to buy some projectile items. I could also manufacture some at the same time. I could waste my dilithium on clicking them, but then I'd be wasting more to use them. So I'll leave them while I go and buy some. I'm going full crazy on this build. Stupid. Not in no way a meta build. Especially not a DPS one. I'm going to see if I can afford more text. Now, is anyone selling them for cheaper than 89 a piece at 10? No, they're 95 a piece at 10. So I'm crazy. 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look at upgrade. 1, 2, 3. Well, we only got 2. Look how little it does. All this just for a Vorgon piece of rubbish. No, it's not a piece of rubbish. I just don't see myself using it regularly. Even if it does turn out to be good, I probably still won't. Because I've got so many other ships that I haven't used and appeal to me even more than the Vorgon ones. I'm lucky I went around all my characters earlier today gathering some dilithium. Right, let's add some more now just to see. I don't have any of them because they're about 5 million a piece, I think, last time I looked, so that would be even more of a waste of money. One day I might actually get to fight in this ship instead of just mess about building how rubbish it is. My rubbishy build. Well, more expensive now. We're still at 7%. It's pitiful. No wonder a lot of players left the game recently. A lot of end game players. Yeah, because the prices just got too much to keep their ships current. For me, I chose the other option. Instead of leaving, I just started playing my other non-main characters more and more. No one's posting cheaper ones at the moment, and 15 minutes hasn't passed on that. Still 10 minutes to go. So, might as well just buy them as they are. 2. I'll probably grind all this back up in a couple of days of casual play, not full-on play. I'm going to run out of dilithium now. I just know it. Things I do for my videos. Probably bought too many to finish this particular bar off. Right, we've got a 10% chance, a 1 in 10 chance of it upgrading. Somehow I knew it would always go to 30%, maybe even 40. I've even had one go to 60%, I believe. How many more minutes have I got there? 8 minutes. Wow, I've only used up 2 minutes of mindless chatter doing this. Sorry this video's gotten a bit boring, but normally if I'm not recording I don't find this boring. I find it all part of the fun. Except the paying for it part. But at least you're getting to see what I do to upgrade these things. I normally am much wiser about it though. But it's one of those days where I'm in a silly mood. A weird mood. But you're with me every step of the way to get this ship working. Which will probably end up with a coalition build, of course. I know other video makers will do a lot better job. Because they'll take it seriously. Ooh, one more. Oh, can't do it without refreshing. Come on now, upgrade, upgrade, upgrade at 12%. You mean all that just give me 2% on top of the 10% I already had? All of that? Are you serious, game? Wow. Wow, that's bad. That's ripping off the player base. Badly ripping them off. The game must be in financial trouble to do this sort of thing to their players. I might as well just buy them in a pack of 10 and be quicker, but then I don't want to be quicker because I've got these on hold. If only it was more than just projectiles for these. So mines are definitely classed as projectiles if all you can use is projectile text to upgrade them. I need a drink. Coffee. I always wondered that. I never really looked at mine builds and always wondered if they were classed as projectiles, since they don't. Sometimes some of them don't project, they just sit there. You just lay them down and they sit there. Right, so let's buy another, say 10, 15 if I can afford it. No, I don't think I can. I'm down to, I've already spent over 4 mil. Oh well, 1 key's worth. And that key came from my monthly stipend of Zen. Those ones I started there, I'd probably upgraded before they even finish at this rate. Right, that's me out of cash. Okay, so I've only got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 texts I'm going to receive in 3 minutes time. Those will be the last texts I can add to this to see if it makes a difference, which I don't think it's going to somehow. I've got enough dilithium to apply those texts. So all we can do now is go into space, apply those texts and hope. Any new players watching who are all confused about this, my advice to you is don't spend any money on this game. Don't become a DPS chaser or anything like that. Just enjoy the game and not care if you die. You will die a lot in this game, it's part of the game, but don't worry about it. You don't need to spend money to stop yourself from dying. You just have to not mind dying, and then you'll be happy. It'll keep killing you, this game, to try and persuade you to spend money. And that's all it's about. Now I'm just a bit salty after spending money and finding things a little bit more expensive than they should be. Well, a lot more. Right, 2 minutes of just sitting here waiting for something that won't happen. Waiting for an upgrade that won't happen. Keep your fingers crossed. I've got to have a drink of my blood. I mean my my blackcurrant. Straight from the jug. After me with the trough. Right, this will give me a few seconds to chug down a bit of nicotine. So this video is a bit dull, but it shows you where I'm starting off with this Vorgon ship. It's a starting point. It's not going to do well in battle, and it's a bit silly build, not a... It's a starting point build that's gone a bit silly. So it's not going to perform well. And I'll do 1, maybe 2 system patrols in it, probably normal difficulty, just to see where we're at and begin the mastery. And then I'll probably make other videos down the line, maybe 1, maybe 2 more videos with this ship, just refining the build a bit, making a bit better ones, bit better builds. Probably even watch a few other people, see what they're doing with this ship, to give myself some ideas on how to build it. Yep, I'm a pipe smoker. For those who have watched my videos before know this. If you watch my stream, you'll know this. My irregular stream. I'll start some more off, even though I won't be able to apply them for 15 minutes today in this video. And I'm out of map. Oh yeah, I ran out of money for this, didn't I? Yeah. Oh well. Easy come, easy go. So let's see if we get lucky, which is very unlikely for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it enough? 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh come on, 15%. That's it's not going to happen. It happened. We got the epic on a Quanaton mine. Haha, well. I mean, I don't know why I would go to epic, because mark is more important than quality. Mark increases damage, quality increases proc. I believe that's how it works, I'm not sure. But anyway, that means we can move that to the side there and switch that into there. We don't need that anymore. We can look at where I put the weapons on here, make sure they're in the right place. Mines, 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 yep. Okay, and what I'm going to do now that I've got that's gone down in damage, but that's okay. I'm going to switch this out for a torpedo locator. I haven't got a Tetrion locator, but that doesn't matter. I've just got standard torpedo locators. Sorry, not like exploiters. So I just have to go with an Torpedo exploiter. Exploiters seem to be better for torpedoes for me. So what have I ended up with? I've got 10,000 on one chronoton torpedo and 8,500 on the other one. This has gone down to below what it should be, which is 1900 damage. The mine creates 2 level 70 Nukara web mines, 1800 physical damage every half second for 4 seconds with a 50% shield penetration. Creates 4 level 75 chronoton mines in a wide pattern, 4,842 kinetic damage per mine. We've got the chronoton beam with 1382 damage, the standard chronoton array, fleet array, 1600. Ideally I'd like that over 2000, around 2300, and 2400 on the kinetic beam. And I think I'll switch that out for the drive actuator that goes with one of the torpedoes, so it gives me extra hull shielding and regeneration, and it puts my weapons power up a bit more. Right, so I've built myself a sort of mine laying torpedo. Oh, this is going to be terrible. I don't even know how to fly a mine loader because I'm terrible at flying. I usually stay at full impulse and broadside. And I'll be launching these left, right and centre with the spread on my keybind. I should also put on a mine dispersal pattern maybe, but then that would mean removing something essential to put it on, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to remove one of these like beta or tactical team. I don't want to have to move one of these key tactical abilities to put on something like, well, let's have a look. Something like, where would it be? Something like mine dispersal pattern beta, mine dispersal pattern alpha. I'd rather have what I've got here than put on one of them. I suppose I could go without Chemocyte, but do I have a mine dispersal at this level? Mine dispersal pattern beta. What's it do? Upgrade your next mine attack, deploys a set of mines. Well, that helps. Deploys a set of mines. Yeah, but how and what? Does it just deploy them in a particular pattern, or does it add damage? Let's have a look. No. There's no damage benefit from having them deployed. It's just how they're deployed. It doesn't increase their damage. This lays a row of mines behind your ship. There's no detail on what these do. So no, I'm not going to use them. The mines will deploy anyway, even without them. I think it just changes the way in which they're deployed. Whether they're deployed as a big ball of mines or a long straight line of mines. Something like that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about anything these days in this game. So the power goes to that, 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 and that. We'll get there in the end. Because now I can finally just one last obsessive compulsive check. Those should not be on there. Because they're down here. And all these on tray 10 and tray 9 are bound in sequence to my spacebar. So these two shouldn't really be here. But I've got nowhere else in case I want to click them in battle. Nowhere else to really put them. Without removing some things that I really want there. So we'll just have to leave them there and hope for the best. So that means it's now time to save the loadout. I like to do 2 loadout slots because you get them for free. A standard slot. Let it create, and unstandard slot, so I can make changes and then go back to standard if the changes don't work out, which in this case anything's better than what I've got here. And then I like to save it twice to each of them because I don't trust the game to memorize them. Right, I think we're ready. If only you could upgrade pets and these 2 devices to epic, and then you'd have a full gold build. As far as I know, there's only one gold duty officer in the game that I'm aware of, and that's a holographic doctor, like in Voyager. And he only activates when you use a hypo on the ground. And I don't think there are any epic bridge officers, let alone non-active space officers. Anyway, that's what we've got. We've got mines on the front, torpedoes on the front, mines on the back, omnis on the back, a beam-back on the front, a beam array. We got full Nukara set, full temporal, whatever you call it, set. 2 pieces sets with the torpedoes, full Vorgon set, another Nukara bit. We got tactical ultimate, temp hops and strategist. And didn't I say something about beam overload? Don't tell me. No, I didn't need that on here in the end. Or high yield. I should really go beam overload and high yield with this boat. In fact, I think I will. So beam overload and high yield, which is even more of a mistake, but it's my mistake to make. So that means I've got to put beam overload on there and high yield on there. I wonder, does high yield increase mines? I don't think so. Which means now we'll have to save it again. I've gone beam overload for this Nukara thing. So we've got a full epic build, but not all of them are Mark 15. So we should be alright on normal difficulty system patrols. But if I took this thing into ISA, it would be killed pretty quick, I think. And I'm not going to do that until after mastery is done and I've made some changes to the field. But this is just going to be a fun thing to start off with. To enjoy the ship and get to feel for how bad she is when built as bad can be. So what have we ended up with in stats anyway? Just a quick reminder. The only good thing is really the hull and the crit severity. So let's give this thing a shot in the easiest system I know, Korea system, where I get hit by a high yield heavy plasma torpedo and die, even on normal difficulty. This should be crazy funny and a little sad. If any video is worthy of a thumbs down, it'll be this one. Even more so than my Vorgon video from last year. The ship does look nice though. Sort of. I mean, it seems to have a big plate on the bottom for scooping up stuff. I do like the nice shiny bling effect that sometimes the lighting effect gives. You never know, it might look good with the Riemann shield on it. In fact, these segments, these little white segments around here, probably perfect for that Riemann shield. It's probably why they've been included, to be honest. I wonder, can I do a visuals with the Riemann shield? Just to have a look. Where are we? I'm pressing the wrong buttons again, aren't I? Which one's the Riemann one? I think it's that one. As Romulan. Nukara Riemann shield. I think the Romulan shield has the same effect, doesn't it? That's the Riemann one. Oh, Look what it does to the bottom. That's nice. That's really nice. Unexpected as well. I won't be keeping that visual though. I like Vorgons, my Vorgons to all look the same. Like I'll prefer the tiger stripe type things. But that's nice that it does that with the Riemann shield. I'm taking a nice slow ride to Korea. Oh, I'm crashing to a start. A nice slow ride to Korea, just to hopefully give the game a chance to save things before I fight the Tao Xia and try and get him with mines, but I've got other fancy abilities to try and get him with as well. Wave to New Romulus, wave to Titan as we pass it by, wherever it's gone. There it is. Here's Korea system. Turn a bit closer to the Korea planet. This is going to be a disaster, but let's have a look. We're on normal difficulty. Let's make sure, because this, I don't trust this build on advanced. Yeah, normal difficulty. It wouldn't work on advanced, I wouldn't think. It might not even work on normal. But here we go. And if the Enterprise turns up, I'm warping out. Warping out and back in again. This is taking a while to load. Right. What is that happens when you first come into this system? Do you hit a mine or something? It doesn't always happen. Sometimes it happens on the way out. Anyway, let's make sure the loadout is still there. Yep, that's good. Seems to be working for a change. Right. Nice and slow ship. Bad turn rate. Didn't put Polaric on. Hit the Warbird first. The Dideritics. Oh, I forgot to buff up. Ah, well. Give it one of them, and... Beam overload. Are the mines launching? Let's see what this does. Well, not much, but it seemed to consume that ship pretty well. And I'm dying, so miracle worker time. Frenzy. Keep that spacebar spammed. Having trouble firing off the abilities. Let's see what this one does. Launch the probe, see what this does. See what this does. Well, it's consuming the normal difficulty enemies, but then again, let's face it, that's not hard. Where's there must be a fighter out somewhere, because the other group hasn't spawned in. My fighters are doing some good damage. One of them, one of them. Diversionary tactics just to stay safe. Getting too close to the breach. Pick up the loot, because the captain's got to get paid. Aim at the back one of them. Reverse shield clarity just to confuse them. Bit of beam overloads going on. bit of that, and just for good measure, one of them. Anti-time. The mines are launching, but they're not getting time to impact anything, I don't think. Well, I did take a fair bit of damage in that for normal difficulty, and I had to hit miraculous repairs. I was expecting to die, to be honest. I think my pets were hitting hard enough to keep me alive, and launching the Vorgon support drone helps. Really helps. But I still haven't worked out what these abilities are doing. But I fired this one off, and a Mogai did seem to blow. And that was around the same time as my hull did take the damage, which is what would be expected with this. And I hit luckily I'm an engineer, so I had miraculous repairs. I think this goes well hand in hand with miraculous repairs. This one launched harasser probes, did alright. I didn't really see what they did, but I heard a psst as they launched or something like that. This, I think I saw 2 or 3 beams come out of my ship, but they were really brief and fast beams. And they hit multiple targets. 1 target each. Except different target each. This, I don't remember what this did. It's supposed to be a chain area of effect thing, but I didn't really see anything happen. I assume it did because I did hit it. I did hit this button. This was performing well, as always. And so was this. This, no, I've already talked about that. I don't think my mines were getting a chance to hit the enemies, but then I'll have to re-watch this video to see if they were, because my eyes aren't very good sometimes. So we'll do a Japori. I wonder how much mastery that mission gave me. It wouldn't be much. Almost half the first tier. But let's play dumb human. You talk and you not play dumb job. No seconds. I hope my electric fan isn't audible on the video because it's a very hot day. I'm sweating buckets. Right, there's Japori. There is one ship in Japori that's a hell of a tank, and I think it comes in during the second spawn in, the 3rd wave of ships, because the first one's already here. First wave. I think that's only a team buff, but I still press it out of habit. Alright, let's Romulan cloak and buff up so we can strike this big Vorgon ship. Make sure we keep the target and hit it with that. Well, it could have gone down quicker. The frenzy, let's see what that does. Ah, that's a big beam. Oh, he got gone by mines. Mines took him out. I'm trying to broadside in a ship that isn't built for broadsiding. Wow. What's this do? Come on. Structural collapse. Got to hit my miraculous repairs straight afterwards. Structural integrity field overload. That was a Nukara mine went over him, if you saw. Now I'm just wearing him down. Pick up my loot so it gives me time to heal. Why my pets keep their attention. They're good threat tanks, they are. Although I doubt they're very tanky. Give them one of them and one of them. And distraction probe and diversionary tactics so I can stay alive. Torpedoes are launching, but I can't see them. They might not be rezzing. Brace for impact, because I was a bit near warp core breach there. That's the tanky one. So we're hitting one of them, and that. And then I launched my probe to protect me, and Tetrion Cascade. Alright, pick up my loot because the captain needs paid. And where are those little stingers? They push you out of combat if you don't get them early. I haven't seen one, but one of them. Oh, now the mines are working. This ship can take it. It seems to be able to take the damage. I'm starting to like it a bit more now. I'm still not ready for advanced. But I am starting to like it, especially when I saw those mines hit that one of those ships, and also saw the Nukara web one of the ships. Let's stay here for a minute and have a look at the Vorgon fighter so you can see them close up. And down there you can see the Nukara mines, I believe they are. Or do they look like Chronoton ones from here? I can't see. I'll have to try and angle in to get... I believe actually they're the Chronoton mines. I wonder, can we launch some? No? Not without a target. Well, this ship has grown on me. More than I expected. Okay, so how much... let's depart system. And see how much mastery that gave me. I think that console that comes with this ship will be a bit of a hazard for you to use it in an ISA run, unless you really know what you're doing, which I don't. Question is mastery. Almost to tier 1, which would give us the hull heals, and tier 2 is where you get the resists. I don't think I'm going to risk a red alert just yet, so I'll do a Beta Forador. The Klingons are a bit tougher than the Tal Shiar or the Norsicans, because, well, their ships, I wouldn't say their ships are tougher, but they do like to engage in, stay in battle longer. They don't back down for anything. And the bird of prey have weak rear shields, so you just kick them up the arse. My jug of blood, it's actually water with a bit of blackberry pushed in. Blackcurrant. Very sticky. So we're going to Beta Forador for the honor! For the honor and glory. Wow, this video just reached 3 hours. Bloody hell. If you've stuck with it this long, then congrats. Well done. I know it's been a torture. If you've skipped ahead and got to this point, then I don't blame you. Beta Forador. Today is a good day to die. Here we go. For the honor! Come on, mines, do something. Beam overload. There's a breach that can't turn in like I wanted to. $51,000 I took, but he took 34. Didn't need miraculous repairs that time, just engineering team. I must have got my whole heal mastery tier. What's this do then? There, try that. Did I... Or do you have to be forward facing to get that? I'm still trying to broadside in this forward firing thing. Forward firing mine layer. Right, collecting loot is a good excuse to wait for heals. Oh, am I hitting a fight? My fighters are fighting fighters. Alright, let's hit this. I didn't see what it did. And I missed my chance to subspace vortex. Oh, look at the harasser mines. Right, let's hit a healthy one with that. And then that and that. Didn't need those two. Okay, but just for good measure, hit science team. There seems to be a lone guy there who's just asking to die. So we're fully healed, so we're not leaving combat. Let's hit him with subspace vortex. Oh, I misclicked it. I misclicked subspace vortex there. Let's hit him with entropic cascade. Well, they're going down too quickly. This is normal difficulty after all, so they will go down a bit quicker than normal. My fighters are having trouble with this fighter. He must be a freaking awesome hero of the Empire. I mean, look at them all, attacking him, and he's just not dying. I could have took him out with one shot with this ship, but I wanted to see what my pets did. Anyway, we'll collect the reward, depart system, and see what it did for mastery. I would have thought, I was expecting another spawning of Klingons, but it didn't happen. Or I didn't count the spawns correctly. I'm starting to enjoy this thing, but I know I'm on normal difficulty, which is kind of a cheat for me, but with using an epic build, but it's proving to be fun. Well, we've gone past tier 1, almost to tier 2. I think I'll do another patrol, and then maybe I'll try and get it up to tier 2 so I can get those resists, and then take it into a red alert. But what can I do? I've done Kreia, Japori and Beta Forador. What other ones are there? There's is it? It's either Narendra system or whatever that says. I think it's Narendra system where you fight the Herosians, I'm not sure. But we'll go there anyway and have a look. Was it the Herodians? The Herodian hunters? Go memory. My memory today sucks. Nice and slow. No rush in this game. And this game is for the casual player, so you don't have to rush. You can take your sweet time. And you don't have to worry about being the best of the best. Not in this game. In this game, all you have to do is, if you're having fun, you're doing it right, regardless of your ship build. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Oh yeah, there's the Sally Ride. You go to this system, hail the Sally Ride, and you'll get an Admiralty card to use in your Admiralty. Where would they be? They'd be in here, wouldn't they? In here. Let me show you the Sally Ride if I can find it. I won't actually do this assignment. I'll just show you the Admiralty card. Oh no, there she is. The Sally Ride. Can we click on it or get details? No. Oh, it'd be in the ship roster, wouldn't it? I don't normally do Admiralty on this character. There we are, the Sally Ride. And look at the science on that thing. I often find that my Admiralty assignments are very science heavy, and they always have assignment events that make the science shoot up to over 100. So this ship is very useful for that, for helping me obtain the science requirement of the Admiralty mission. So this is a really good Admiralty card. If you do Admiralty, you really want this. And you get it by hailing the ship that's in this system. Where is it? Where is she? The Sally Ride. There she is. You can't see her name because we're at the wrong angle, but you saw it a minute ago. Anyway, I think this is the one. If this is the one where you hunt the Geki, I'm out of here. Hey, take your hood off when you speak to me. Don't hide your face or you don't get no help. I'm surprised the Enterprise hasn't turned up. Old Captain Sean usually wants to come in, but these pets on this thing will hit harder than him. Apex battleship, buff it up, hit him with this. Hit him with this. That and that. Now this one, let's hit him with that. What about this? Die. Die. Yeah. Oh, I went down to 30% there. With my self-inflicted damage. My deliberate self-inflicted damage. It reminds me of something in the Miracle Worker specialization tree, that some of those tools in there are deliberate self-inflicting damage for a greater purpose. Exceeded recommended limits builds. That's what it reminds me of. Let's see if my pets can handle that. What was that blue thing that hit me? Yeah, look at those pets go. I'm not even firing anything. I'm just watching my pets go. Yeah, the Vorgon pets are pretty good. Look, a mine! Mine hit a web on him. Harass a mine there. The next lot comes in. Buff it up a bit, hit him with one of them, and one of them, and one of them. My shields are going down, but I don't care. Just a little bit. Whoops, I scanned something by mistake. Let's close that and still get the reward anyway. Because that's what happens when you do that. You don't need to actually play the minigame to get the goods. Right, let's select a target, hit him with that, hit him with that, and hit him with that, and hit him with that. And put out one of them, and one of them. And watch them go, boom. And hit him with one of them. Interesting. For normal difficulty though, I may be, it may look like I'm blasting through it, but believe me, I'm not. I'm cheating through it with an epic build. See how my pets are following me there? Part system. Yeah, I think if I now take this into an advanced patrol, I would get a shock and blow up a few times. But for normal difficulty, this is working out okay. It's fun. And that's what it's really all about, fun. I've often got into normal difficulty with OP ships and just had fun with it. OP ships deliberately built wrong. Not that this was deliberately built wrong, but it was more like I'd give up and I'll build it any old way. Let's see, the loadout still holding, yes. We won't get much stats in space. We'll do one more system patrol and then we'll try a Borg red alert and maybe a Folian red alert. No, I don't think it's ready for a Folian. Actually, I think I am going to bump it up to advanced difficulty and redo Korea's system, if it's cooled down yet. I know it's suicide, but I'd be surprised if I survive it. I mean, I've got enough hull and a few heals that work. Might have to wait a few minutes for Korea system. Or I could go to Argala system in the Delta Quadrant. I think that's a better choice. It's a little tougher though. Korea is a bit too straightforward and we've already done it once. So now we've pumped it up to advanced difficulty, knowing full well that we'll probably die. And I'm not just saying that to cover myself in case I do die. I actually think I am. I'd be surprised if I didn't. Hey, am I stuck on this guy? Yeah, I'm stuck on a Vardwar Azteca. It's nice looking though. Come on. What the hell? Does slash unstuck work in space? Ah, he moved. But I'm still stuck in spot. Does slash unstuck work in space? I don't know. It works on ground sometimes. Sometimes you have to wait a bit for it to work. No? What if I was to click on the system and auto navigate there? Well, that is odd. I'm stuck on spot. Can I change instances, or is there only one here? Oh, I can go to instance 2. That might unstuck me. Now let's see if I can go to Argala. Why am I doing all the way down there all of a sudden? Yep, I'm moving again. Little blip. Sometimes that happens. I must have clicked the go to Delta Quadrant at the same time as the S.T.O guy. And then we both tried to spawn in at the same place, probably something like that, I don't know. Anyway, I've got to go slowly because I think I just used that, didn't I? Oh no, it's working. That's what it looks like in Quantum Slipstream. Past the Zala system. The same species where the Zala ship comes from, with the invincible trait from the lobby store. I wonder which enemy we'll be fighting. I hope it's not Maiden, because actually I don't really mind, actually. I like this system. Benthans, Mr. Policeman? Mr. Policeman, are you alright? You need help? Seek high, Mr. Policeman. Slam that spacebar. Well, this ship, it can broadside with those omnis. Turn our back on it. I was hoping a mine would come out, but no. Right, do you want one of them? Yeah, have one of them. Fire! That was being overloaded. There's some mines hitting him. No, they're travelling. There they go. And boom! Crits of 20. 20k. Well, what can I do for you, Mr. Policeman? I see. Who are we fighting? I didn't even look. I believe it's the Kazon, is it? I pressed them a bit early. We'll hit them with harasser probes, this big one in the middle. Let's see what give the harasser probes a chance before I buff up. The harasser probes look like they're using some sort of tractor beams, are they? Is that what they do? Entropic cascade. Boom. Right, let's wait for the next target before we engage properly. What was that? We'll get that one with that. That is similar to a beam overload, I suppose. It really did hurt him. I'm not really actually doing much. Just kind of testing. There's a web mine. Let's hit him with one of these Tetrion things again. Didn't do much. Give him one of them. Let's back away a bit before we engage the next one. I'm not actually trying to destroy them full on, I'm just playing with the different things of the ship. I'm going to hit him with the console from this ship. It finished him off, and it didn't do much damage to me because there wasn't much of him to finish off. Oh, it says my hull integrity is 75%, so it did damage me a little. Not as much as it damaged him, though. You know, this ship might be good for an exceeded recommended limits build, but then you'd be doing more self-inflicted damage to yourself.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Right, let's target him. Oh, I can't use that for another 2 minutes, so I'll have to use harasser probes. Alright then. Take the pounding till we get in range. Harasser probes. Now heal up. Right. This one. Put diversionary tactics on for a moment, give me a breather. And subspace vortex. I think he needs an entropic as well. And we can hit him with that. Need to heal up a bit. Come on, mines. Launch some mines. Oh no, I have to fire them to launch them, don't I? No, I went out of range. Oh, they launch themselves. They're not exactly going to get to the target from there. I want to find a good healthy target to hit with this console now that it's out of cooldown. Still got 3 more battle groups to go. I want to pick up my box. Gives me time to heal. Yeah, it gives me enough time to passive heal if I wanted to. Now there's a good target. Let's not target him till we get close enough to use this and get him a good hit with it. Quantum Singularity might buff it because I believe it's exotic damage. Although it sounds more like engineering damage, I believe, actually. Is it? It's radiation. Right. We hit the cloak and then hit him with it and then turn away. It took out half of my hull, but it keeps hitting him with criticals. It's that once every second for 10 seconds or something. Or cutting beam with its 12-kilometer range. I think there's only 2 weapons in the game that have a longer range than 10 kilometers. And look, he's down. I barely even hit him. Yeah, I think this is doing more damage to me than it is to the enemy. But then that's just the initial hit. Then there's several, but it keeps on hitting the enemy after it's been used, because it's a damage over time thing, and it probably ends up doing more damage to him than it does to me. So it's worth the self-inflicted damage in order to get lots of little hits on the enemy that equal more than that self-inflicted damage. If I know what I'm talking about, which I don't, which I rarely do. Alright, let's hit him with this. Anti-chronoton infused Tetrion discharge. When we get close enough. My other weapons are auto-firing, of course. But let's get away. There's some mines going. They're going to swarm on him in a minute. Let's try and stay in range so we can see it happen. Look, 4 crit hits. A big one! That was probably from... It wasn't beam overload. Let's just wear him down. What is doing that burst that's coming off my ship? I didn't know I had some sort of particle burst. It might be coming from a set bonus or something, I don't know. Seems like I've got a particle burst of some sort. Let's hit him with this. This ain't doing much. Oh yeah, it is. I keep getting my tools mixed up. Right, this next one we're going to hit with this. Oh look, he's in the Nakara mine. I still want to hit him with this to see what it will do. Launch harasser probes. He's in another mine, and there's the harasser probes on top of that, but he'll be dead before they get him. Yeah. Pick up the loot, that gives me time to gather my fort, my single fort that's in my head. Now he can be hit with this. Right, come on, there we go. It's done 51 damage to me, but 39 to him on. Oh no, camera jumped. 39 on one of the hits to him. So it's okay. I wouldn't say it's the best in game, but or anything like that. But it's a fun ability to use. Although you do need to have a heal on your ship in case it really hurts you, because it tends to take away up to half your strength, your hull, as it's supposed to. But I do believe it does more to the enemy than it does to you. The mines are launching automatically as usual, and they're travelling. I better get out of the way just to see what they do. Oh no, those were fighters that launched. My eyesight. Those are mines. Anyway, what am I going to do here? And I just remembered, am I still on advanced difficulty? Because it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, I am. And I'm piss fighting around on advanced difficulty. What the hell's up with me? Get him another one of them. Did that just hit the wrong ship? Right then, have one of these. And put on frenzy! And smack him with that! And then just let it ride. This doesn't feel like advanced. Maybe there's a game glitch and I'm still on normal. Because it doesn't feel like advanced. I forgot I was on advanced. That's why I started doing all this piss fighting about. Have one of them. Just for good measure. He's got me in a tractor. I'll put on my heel. Although I didn't really need it. I wasn't watching. I'm going to take my weapons off of auto fire. And see if I can hit one of these. See if I can hit him. No, I can't. The console's on cooldown. Damn. But there is going to be another group coming. Battle group. No? Oh, damn! I thought there was going to be another battle group, but that was the last one. I took my weapons off of autofire because I wanted to hit him with this without the weapons interrupting. Just to see what it did, but oh well. Not now, I've got loot to pick up, mush. I got to do some looting, Mr. Officer. I got to do some looting. I know you frown on that sort of thing, but I'm a bad guy. I got to loot. You know, Starfleet doesn't pay us Starfleet officers. Not like the Bentham Guard. You Benthams get more money than we do. And then Starfleet expects us to use tech upgrades. Ugh! And pay for them too. My God. Let's depart, system. Get the hell out of here. That was fun. This ship's grown on me. I didn't think it would... Well, it's not the ship. The build has grown on me. It's not a... I know it's a crap build, but it's grown on me because it's fun. But it's not something to be copied, people. Viewers. If there are any viewers, that is. Well, never is. Only a few. So, what did that do for our mastery? Oh, we got the resist. That's why I was surviving. I gotta go to local space and see what those resists are. So I'll head into the Delta Sphere. No, I'll transwarp back to Sol. I can foresee other possibilities with this ship that are going to be fun. I mean, I think Star Trek Online is going to be looking at mines a bit more in the future. And giving us something nice with mines to do. Because players have wanted to be able to use mines a bit better for a long time, and I think the game might be listening. I mean, this ship is clearly something about mines. I've tried mine builds before, and they've always been a bit fun. Albeit not the best, but fun. Not the best for damage, but fun for just fun's sake. Anyway, I better do the weapons again. Check the loadout. We're still on standard, good. So that Argala system was on advanced, wow. But then I did get my resists almost immediately upon starting that fight. My mastery resists. So now I depart the system. Now that, hang on, I was going to check those resists, weren't I? Stats. Ooh. Not as high as I thought they'd go, since they were plus 25 resists I was supposed to be getting, so they didn't go up the full 25 because there's a diminishing return, but they did go up quite a bit. They went up by about 10. Speed and turn rate still pants. Shields could be better. Hull is excellent. Shield regeneration is good. It's not the best, but it's better than good. For me, I should say, considering my skill tree. Getting a lot of rewards as well. A lot of loot. So let's do that red alert. Borg red alert. Resistance is futile. We are the Borg. We have analysed your defensive capabilities as being unable to withstand us. We are speaking like Captain Kirk. But not as emotional. Where's the German war music? Or whatever it is.
Resistance is futile.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's futile? Where are my ships? Where are my 2 Borg that I like to fight? There they are. Oh, he's going for them. Oh no, he might be going down. I like to do these 2 up here. I like to try and see if I can take them down myself before the team gets to them.
Ship is under attack.
Sometimes it doesn't work. Oh no, he's coming up this way. Or is he off in the distance? I don't mind someone else helping. It's just I like to try it on my own. That's 1 down pretty damn quick. I used the console from this ship just then, and it took out 25% of my hull, but there's no other players helping me with these. Nope, there's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yep, I did that myself. So if a ship can do 2 cubes by itself in that amount of time, it's not hard to do. I mean, you don't need more than 10k to do it, but if you can, then you know your ship is good for any normal content. Pick up my loot. I don't want to put too much pressure on this ship straight away, and I don't want to eat up the targets in case these guys want a nice fight. Besides, that's a big Enterprise J. That ship is a lot of fun. A lot of people hate it because it's so big and gets in the way, but not me. As far as I'm concerned, the bigger the better. Mind my minds, they're, I'm sorry, but they might be in your way, mate. I've got an Enterprise J myself, and I think it's brilliant. It's too small a word for it. To use exactly the right phrase. Too small a word for it. Right. Let's see if we can do any damage to this guy. Oh, 18 seconds. Oh, come on. Please last for longer than 18 seconds. Well, hit him with 1 of them. 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 Come on, 4 more seconds. Make sure we've got him in target. Get him! What did we do to him? I don't know, but we did something. Good team, good team. Are these firing? Because I haven't been watching my keybind because I trust it to happen automatically. That was good teamwork on that. Vija. Vija. Why is the creator not responding? Because we just blew up your transmitter. And besides, who uses binary code nowadays? And radio transmissions. Ever heard of subspace? Okay, what did that do for mastery? Well, we got to tier 3 so far. I think I'm going to leave this video here because it's very long at the moment. And I believe I might do a part 2 at some point. I don't know if I'll do webcam or mic, but I might do a part 2 with a bit of a better build for maybe an ISA video if I can get this ship to do anything plus 50k ish, but not with this build I wouldn't. But it's been fun. What did that give me? Critical chance. So I'm going to leave it here for now. We're going to leave the Vorgon, I still can't pronounce it, Ytijara Ytijara. I'm going to need to watch the Star Trek Online official stream and see what they call it. And then I'll know. So, this is Alt Lexington with the Ytijara, the Vorgon Ytijara Dreadnought Cruiser, the free ship from the Risian Summer Event. I flew it on my engineer. Kind of cheated a bit by going on normal difficulty, but I'd rate this ship much higher than I expected to rate it. Quite a bit higher, in fact. I was pleased to not be dying like I expected to, especially when I went into that Argala system. Even if I was piss-fighting about in there. But if you're still waiting to get this ship or try it out, you're going to like it. Whatever build you put on it, even if you put on the world's worst build, you're still going to like it. Much better than the Risian, because the Risian is a good ship, but it's one that takes a while to learn to enjoy. Unless you really know what you're doing, then you'll like it straight away. The Escort, the Vorgon Escort, was a good one right from the get-go. The Risian was one that grows on you slowly over time. This one is better than you expect and will only get better as you get more used to it. Anyway, Alt Lexington from Meriki Command Fleet saying, I hope you managed to stick through this boring me waffling away and keep on trekking. Give me the Toxutat! And bye!